Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Jordan Cameron back with another update on the crypto market. So let's not waste any time and let's jump on in, guys. So, as you know, okay, nothing has really happened in the crypto market over the last few weeks. If we take a look over here at Bitcoin, we got Bitcoin consolidating here since about mid-May. We're going about 2 months of sideways action. And I think a lot of people are giving up. But, despite that, we're going to continue to talk about our thesis of the biggest blow-off top in crypto history, which I do think is going to get the crypto market up to that $10 trillion level by the end of this year before we see the biggest rug pull in crypto history. But first, I do think we see that parabolic move to 10 trillion. That's going to get everyone to say that crypto is going to change the world. Like I said, before the rug pull where everyone says .com bubble 2.0, crypto's a scam, all your favorite fun stuff that we typically hear in the bear market. So without further ado, let's jump on in. So obviously, if we go over here to Bitcoin, really what we're waiting here for Bitcoin, since we held the lows down here in April, at the 50 moving average band, just like we did over here in 2024, and just like we did over here in 2023, we're waiting for Bitcoin to break into new highs. And, as we always like to say, there's always usually going to be some narrative that pushes Bitcoin above new all-time highs and gets everyone excited about the market, right? And I think right now, when you just kind of look at this in a vacuum, we're stuck in this boring sideways period for Bitcoin, boring sideways period over here on the altcoin market as well. And really in a vacuum, I think what the market is waiting for right now is some type of catalyst that's going to get this market shooting up and really shooting up into new all-time highs. And it's all going to start with Bitcoin shooting into new all-time highs. And that's going to be really the first driver, as we've been discussing in the last few videos. Bitcoin is going to be that first driver that's going to get this total market cap chart up into new all-time highs. And once you see this total market cap chart break these previous highs, that's when I think you're going to start to see the altcoin market start to take off. But as we discussed in the last video early last week, I do not expect the altcoins to start moving heavily until we get Bitcoin to break into that new all-time high structure. Because as we discussed, in each one of these parabolic moves for Bitcoin in this cycle, it's been the weekly close candle that's broken that new cycle high, like over here in November 2024, and this candle over here in October 2023. It's been those two breakout candles that have got the total 3 chart, which is the altcoin market cap, right, to start to move up, right? It was the break of the all-time high in November 2024 that got the altcoin market to start to move, and it was the break of that high right here that we saw in October 2023 right here for Bitcoin that got altcoins to start to move. So I really don't think we're going to see much from the altcoin market until we get that narrative that's going to push Bitcoin into new all-time highs. But as we discussed, I do expect that to happen, and my base case is still that we're about to see the biggest blow-off top in crypto history coming up here very, very shortly, right? And we can go over our discussions, why we think that, why we continue to discuss why we do think that the crypto market's going higher. And the first one is the stablecoin dominance chart, which has been forming some type of bear flag over here for the, really since May. As Bitcoin's gone sideways, we've seen stablecoin dominance go sideways, and it's forming some type of bear flag, which I do think is going to break down. And as we discussed, this range for stablecoin dominance, I do think is going to continue to come down, back down to the bottom of the range to about 4.5% to 5%. And that's going to be the main driver to get that total market cap chart up to that 10 trillion point. But we have not seen the breakdown from it yet. We're going to continue to have patience. And I do think it's just all we're waiting for is some type of narrative that is going to shift this consolidation here for stablecoin dominance to the downside for its second leg. Which I do think is going to be really Bitcoin breaking into new all-time highs and the total 3 chart starting to finally break into new all-time highs as well. All right, so stablecoin dominance, having patience here, waiting for that narrative, but I do expect still that this is going to push back down to the bottom of the range, and as we know, it is inversely correlated to the crypto chart. All right, so still waiting for that. Patience. It's probably going to take some patience, as we discussed last video. If we go over here to the total market cap chart, we just look at our big rising wedge that we've been discussing, which is a bearish pattern for the crypto market, but we do expect a move to the top of the bearish rising wedge first. We just take a look at this trend line from the COVID low which caused this move up, and then the 2023 low, which caused this move up, and then the 2024 low, which caused this move up. From that low right there in 2025 in April, which also has caused a move up, we've now seen a sideways consolidation. And as we discussed, this could continue to, in reality, just shift sideways until we hit this trend line again. In reality, we could go sideways until about the beginning of August. But still, from that point, nothing has changed. And as we continue to discuss, we don't flip bearish on this channel unless two things happen, okay? Number one, Bitcoin breaks the 50 moving average band on a weekly close, which right now would be a close below, about the high 80,000, so 86 to 88,000 is where the 50 moving average band is at the current moment. Unless we say we could close below that, we remain bullish. Any weekly close below that, we flip bearish. And simply then, we flip bearish the higher this chart goes, right? We start breaking into new highs for total market cap. We start taking profits off Bitcoin and our favorite altcoins that we've accumulated during the last few months or years, if you've accumulated earlier than that, right? So what's the other thing besides stablecoin dominance and besides total market cap? Right. We still have global liquidity that just continues to shift up week over week. We have not seen Bitcoin follow it yet, but as we know, since we can go all the way back in time to 2023, Bitcoin has followed global liquidity to an absolute T. It has shifted up over the last few weeks, but we have yet to see Bitcoin follow it. And I do believe that Bitcoin is going to continue to follow global liquidity up. It's just a matter of time, just like we said over here in April, right? When global liquidity started to shift up, it was said it was only a matter of time before Bitcoin was going to. And I think once again, it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin and the altcoin. And conversely, if Bitcoin follows it and breaks into new all-time highs, the altcoin market starts to follow it. So, as we kind of sit and wait around right now, guys, the market is boring. The market is consolidating. We look over here on the crypto apps. I just shift this over real quick for you guys. You guys can see that, the crypto apps, Coinbase is at, 376. No one's paying attention to the crypto market, but as we like to discuss on this channel, that is typically the best times to be looking at the crypto market is when no one is interested in the crypto market, right? So no one's interested in the crypto market. Bitcoin's going sideways, right below previous all-time highs. Altcoins are literally just chopping. They've been chopping in the same range since February based on the total 3 chart, but we continue to look and follow our philosophy, which is we're looking for the biggest blow-off top in crypto history up to that 10 trillion point, which once again, people are going to start saying is not going to happen, just like they did down here at the April lows during the whole tariff fiasco. People said it's not going to happen, Jordan. We're not going to move up. We're going to continue to go straight down. We saw total market cap go all the way up to previous all-time high. I think it's only a matter of time before it shifts higher. We just have to have patience here, guys. All right. So as we continue to look, we continue to wait for stablecoin dominance to drop. We continue to wait for Bitcoin to follow global liquidity. We continue to bore people out. We keep our eye on the prize and we say we continue to remain bullish unless Bitcoin breaks the 50 moving average band. Simple philosophy, simple strategy, and we don't overcomplicate it here. All right, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video today because there's not too much to update from the last video. We could continue to shift, I think, until really the beginning of August. That we don't have to. This market can certainly shoot up at any second, and I really think we're at that point where, any day now, this market can just shift up. And it's going to start with Bitcoin breaking into new all-time highs. But any day, it could be tomorrow, it could be a month from now. But any day, I think this market is ready to shift up. And I think the people who are positioned for that are going to be the real winners rather than the people who are trying to time this market at the current moment, because this market is an absolute chop fest trying to chop you out. But waiting on a narrative. I think we're waiting on some type of narrative that's going to get people excited about this market again. And it might take a little bit longer, but I think good things come for the patient here during these times where everyone's kind of bored out of the market. And I really am excited for the rest of this year, right? We've already made some good gains since the April lows when we were bullish during the tariff fiasco, when everyone was screaming, the doomsday scenarios right over here. And I think once again, for the patient people who are patient during this consolidation we're having right now, are going to be the winners when this next leg up starts. Okay, so still firmly 100% believe in my philosophy that we're about to see the biggest blow off top in crypto history. followed by the biggest rug pull in crypto history. And we're going to continue to update on the channel. Obviously, if the market moves a little bit faster, we'll do a little bit faster videos, come up with more videos to talk about. But as the market is slow and, there's only so much to talk about. There's only so much new to add. We'll continue to add updates as they're sort of needed. And but I think right now, everyone's in the same boat. We're kind of just waiting. We're kind of just being patient. And if you do think that something like this is going to happen, or if you don't think something like this is going to happen, I do think we're going to find out pretty soon. Some type of narrative is going to come out pretty soon that I think is going to shift this market to the upside. Obviously, nothing's 100%. We break the 50 moving average band. We throw in the towel. Pretty good gains. We sell our BTC. We sell our altcoins. We move on with our lives for a little bit. And we look for a bear market. But for now, everything is still intact. And I am firmly patient, waiting for what I think is going to be the gnarliest run that we've seen in crypto, for this cycle, but, for quite a long time, I'd say since 2021. All right. So it's been your boy, Jordan Cameron. I'll catch you guys in the next update video. Hopefully it's tomorrow if we got some crazy stuff going on. But right now, there's not too much going on, not too much to talk about, my friends. All right. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Subscribe if you guys are new. Only 25% of you guys are subscribed over here. Get subscribed, my friends. All right? Get subscribed. Like the video. I'm out. Later.